In an era where everyone thinks their opinions are so damn important, I'm here to give you a little piece of my mind. Welcome to Unaffiliated the Podcast with your host, B. Seth. Let's go.
Go, you ready? All right, in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hello, world. Welcome to Unaffiliated the Podcast with your host, B. Seth. I have a very special guest in the building tonight. My boy, Chef Nehemiah, MC Nehemiah, man of many talents. What's poppin', brother?
Man, ain't nothing, bro. Just one day at a time, literally, man.
It's been a while, bro. It's good to see you. What's been going on, man? How did pandemic treat you?
Man, it treated me pretty good, man. I'm not gonna have some rough days, but still just made it my own with trying to perfect my craft and still reach out to people at the same time to keep them uplifted.
Right. Okay. So, day one of quarantine, like, what was going through your head? And a little louder, too.
Day one of quarantine, I really didn't know what it was. I'm not gonna lie to you. I didn't expect much of nothing. It's like, all right, it's gonna be another day. This ain't gonna be nothing. It's just
like nobody expected it to be what it was, right?
Hell no, not I.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. so okay, not day one, but let's say day fucking 40. Like, where was your head at? Like,
shoot, day 40, I was like, bro, why are we still at work, nigga? Like,
right.
Why are we still in this facility? Why are we still, producing for what America said we shouldn't be doing?
Mm-hmm.
So at that point, I was kind of frustrated. Like, all right, bro, it seems for real. Now it's touching closer to home, so let me pay attention and see what's going on.
Right. No, that makes sense. For me, it was almost like everything I've ever done, which was like, that self-made, like just create type shit. I feel like that became cool in the pandemic.
It did, though.
Didn't it? Like, this self-creation shit got hot. So for me, it was like, damn, I created this. You know what I mean? Well, I started building it. So, yeah, the quarantine for me, it was just like a chance to be creative and artistic and shit.
That's exactly what it brought out of most of us, especially myself.
Yeah. So what did you do creatively during that time?
Creatively, I hopped into music for real, professionally, and perfected my craft.
Mm-hmm.
And as far as food goes, did more on a personal level, not really for gain or for bread, but really for the needs of the community. I have a catering company called Culinary Soul LLC. And
Community Soul LLC. Y'all check them out.
Yeah, please do. We appreciate everything.
Mm-hmm.
My goal was at first, I need to get some bread in my pocket. Let me go ahead and make way. Let me go get my business started. But
right.
The more and more my heart got pulled towards people that really didn't have anything to eat, or me being in a position myself to where I didn't have anything to eat and I had to fill out applications to try to get something to eat, to let people know that, hey, I'm hungry. Let me go ahead and get some meat. But with my business is seeing the need instead of you just like, hey, if you do this and you come back, everything will be good, then we'll feed you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't live like that. I don't think anybody else should live like that. So the pandemic brought out of me is just the will to speak up on something I see.
Well, let me turn this off really quick because I don't want to see this.
Oh man!
I did a whole podcast on that music video that never got released for good reason. But okay, cool. So, because I think that's why we're all put on this earth, to use our talents and our skills and our passions to help the earth around us, right? Mm-hmm. So let's just go back. Like, how did you get into food yourself? Like, what sparked Chef Nehemiah's culinary journey?
After Culinary School, for sure. I went to.
Where you went to Culinary School? Okay.
Man, graduated from JF Drake. What's going on? Everybody out there at school still putting it down.
Shout them out.
Shout out to Chef D, Chef Eccles.
Okay.
Really just seeing them as black men take ownership, seeing little spots around the city like G's Kitchen, Big John's Barbecue out there in Harvest, Floyd's, just not to have anybody I didn't call your name out, but all of us as a whole, but seeing them jump off the porch and do something really just lit a fire in me, like, okay, I can put my spin on it. I'm not the best chef, I'm not the best cook. I just put a spin on what I can put my spin on and show love to the next chef.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's what's up. So, like, what made you go to culinary school?
I ain't had nothing to do.
So food wasn't like a lifelong thing, like as far as being on that side of the food. You just kind of got into it.
Man, I had always been cooking for parties and whatnot, fish fries. But as far as school goes, I had about 3 or 4 different majors. Not really thinking about, I don't want to fry nobody.
I feel you on that. Yeah, I feel you. All right. Well, that's what's up. Shit. That's super what's up. I think that's even doper that it's just something like you kind of fell into and then grew a love for it.
Yeah, it really was.
Because it normally doesn't work like that. You know what I'm saying? All right, that's what's up. So you're cooking, you got your catering business.
Yes, sir.
You serve what? Huntsville areas, surrounding areas?
Huntsville areas. And we actually have had some touchdown in Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay.
My cousin
Turn up.
Tolbert.
Shout outs.
We're just looking to feed anybody who wants to get fed.
Yeah, okay. And if Chef Nehemiah had a signature dish, I know people ask you this all the time, especially women. What's your signature dish?
Man, shrimp and grits.
I've had your shrimp and grits. You remember that party you catered for or you cooked at?
The pajama jam.
Yeah, the pajama party. That was a little situation. That was cool. Now, the food was great. Nehemiah killed that. Y'all check him out, man. But that's what's up. So, 3, 4, 5 years from now, like, you want your own restaurant? You want... What do you see?
3, 4, 5 years, I want to start my own chain of restaurants and food trucks. Not to...
All the food trucks?
Man, yes, sir. That's where it's at.
Even in Huntsville, like, they do the little food truck Fridays or whatever.
The little rally and shit, yeah.
Yeah, no, that would be lit. That would be crazy. Do that shit. Nigga, I'll be an investor. Let's talk.
Man, what you said.
For real, though, like, I think, no. And like you said, Huntsville's in that point right now. It's like, it's just all that air is seeping in and it's about to bust. You know what I mean? And, yeah, by the time that happens, your shit established, it's a wrap. It'll be good.
Over, bro. The goal is to be competitive but still show love at the same time. But if I get to stomp on somebody's neck, then
why not?
We got to do this. This right here is the game.
Yeah, it's part of business. It's part of being a creative. Because that's the thing I think a lot of people don't realize. Like, maybe they do. But, like, it's culinary art. You know what I'm saying? So, to that question or to that statement, what is your creative process when you're trying some new shit in the kitchen?
Man, I'll be all the way honest with you. Before I do anything, I pray.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, because sometimes my heart might not be right. One thing I've always been taught in culinary school and through my mother and my grandmother, if your heart ain't right, it ain't gonna taste right. You know that off the rip. So
wow, that's interesting.
Man, I promise to you, bro.
No, I believe it, but that's interesting. I never heard it put like that.
Man,
that's crazy.
I like to operate out of love, bro. If I'm not feeling it, you might get a ham and cheese sandwich or some baked potato chips. I'm still gonna feed you out of love, but that's what I'd rather operate in.
And I think that's important because me, even as a creative, specifically, most people know me as a dancer. I know when I'm in spaces in the past, when I was in spaces that wasn't, didn't have good intentions behind it, that thing didn't necessarily serve its purpose how it was supposed to, at least to my knowledge. You know what I mean? Because, again, we're put here for the world around us, not for the world to serve us. We're put here to serve the world, not for the world to serve us. So that's interesting that you said that, man. That's dope. So after you pray and make sure your heart is good, then what happens? Is there like a drawing board for chefs? Because, I'm like a little, I be doing my little thing in the kitchen. Yeah. And my thing is I just be seeing what shit tastes right. Or if I got too much of this, maybe I need some of that. You feel me? But like, what do you do as the professional?
Man, it's really how do I say it? An equation. Because I just think about
like a math problem.
How can I enhance this flavor? How can I multiply the plates that we have with the 6 people who might want seconds, who might want thirds? How can I make this the bomb dish? The thing that a lot of these young cats is saying is busting now.
It's busting. Nah, if your shit is busting, it's like it's solidified. Like that's some shit. That's some shit right there.
Shout out to Star Baby. Shout out to Boss.
Yeah. So your shit is busting. This is why I have so many culinary questions because I like to cook and shit too. But I'm sure I'm not doing what you're doing, but I like to do it. It's fun. But Okay, tell me this. How do you prepare cooking for so many people? Because I feel like that's one thing, like, I've never done, and it's very intimidating, actually.
It is. I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah. It's overwhelming because everybody has a different palate. So it's like,
see, I didn't even think about that. I was just thinking about 100 motherfuckers with the same palate, and that's intimidating.
Bro, if somebody says they want to use your services for such and such to do so and so, it's like, all right,
yeah,
fuck with them. Who has what allergy? Oh man, it's a whole
good
thing.
God. So what do you do in that situation? Do you like 80% one thing and then 20% vegan, non-peanut, whatever?
I found out to get an accurate number because 9 times out of 10, maybe you have 4 or 5 guests. You won't have the majority. So I'll make
like 5%.
And that's
yeah. So they eat that one dish. So that one dish gotta be like crazy, right?
It's got to be dope, but still you can get the fish and the chicken and whatever because of what it is. Like, anybody resist Southern fried chicken?
No, that's a fact. Unless you're vegan.
Yeah, of course.
Unless you're vegan.
Be sure to follow Unaffiliated the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and now on YouTube.